The stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing!
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome to Market Mania, the no bullshit approach to all financial markets, including darknets, NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and of course, the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. Joining me today are fellow degenerates Matt Glantz and Jeff Krantz, that's hard to say, and we're going to be talking about Michael Burry's Tesla short.
The stock market, meaning companies,
why is that still playing?
new
1 second,
highs.
folks.
I'm not fucking leaving.
There we go. Sorry about that intro playing again. We're going to be talking about Michael Burry's Tesla short, GME and AMC holding on strong. Wingstop social media is getting a little spicy. We'll get to the pick of the day. We're going to do kind of a quick turbo show for you today. So, first topic, as I mentioned, Michael Burry reveals that he had purchased a massive Tesla short and also made a huge bet against inflation. So, I haven't been able to read too much up on this story. I just know that Michael Burry's probably looking pretty good right about now as we look at the price of Tesla over the last few weeks. So, Matt, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so this story is being very, very misreported by the media. It's like nobody really understands options in the media, so they're just reporting the notional value of the options. So first of all, okay, so all hedge funds have to disclose their positions a certain amount of time after they put them on. So this is not a recent position. He didn't put this on the last couple of days. He put this on sometime in the last few months. It's unclear whether he got short Tesla by buying puts when the stock was 600, 700, who really knows? But since Tesla now is 590, so it's in the lower end of the range it's been the last few months, I would say he's probably winning pretty good. But the media is reporting it as $500 million bet, which couldn't be farther from the truth. That's the notional value of the option. So he bought 8,000 puts, and if 8,000 puts were in the money, yes, the notional value would be 500 million, but he probably spent somewhere between 30 and 50 million on these puts. It looks like from the little research I did that it's probably the Jan of 2022 puts, the 350 strike. So it's still, the stock still would have to get cut in half for him to profit on those puts, if he held them to expiration. But they're probably worth more, say he spends 40 million on the puts, maybe they're worth 60 million or 70 million now. So to say it's a $500 million bet, 40% of his portfolio is just a true misunderstanding of what's actually happening.
Well, it does make for some real good headlines to see that.
Yeah.
And I do got to say, I enjoy Elon Musk getting a little FUD coming back his way after all of his shenanigans with crypto over the weeks. The article also mentions that Burry was long treasury bonds. He seems to think that the yields on these are going to be rising quite a bit. Now, Jeff, I don't know if you took a look at that or if you have some thoughts on his inflationary play here. I think we were talking before the show. You mentioned this is sort of a big short long combination. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that the headline tries to boil it down to just a Tesla story, but I think it's it seems to me like more of a long short play, long inflation, and then using Tesla puts as a way to kind of hedge in case that inflation doesn't come through as you expect it might, kind of a beta hedge against the trade in general. So that's really kind of the way that I'm reading it. Is he's long Apple, he's long Facebook, he's long inflation, and then Tesla being kind of a high beta play, using it as a hedge in case the market kind of comes down in a way that he's not expecting.
Well, Michael Burry's made a lot of money betting against Fed shenanigans. I'm certainly not sharp as that guy, but I gotta wonder, how long can his position hold? I feel like the Fed can continue to buy treasury bills and mortgage-backed securities and print money at a rate that far exceeds 2008. They can remain insane longer, perhaps, than he can remain solvent. I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to this movie. Of course, it would be called The Big Short 2, the EV Boogaloo, and I've already cast this, so check this out. I believe that you get Matt Damon playing me, just have him grow a little scruffy beard. I think he'd be perfect. And, of course, Matt Glantz would have to be played by anybody? Andy Garcia, of
Oh,
course,
nice. I like it.
of course. If we had Brett Ritchie here, I figured we'd find Jason Schwartzman with glasses on. I think that's perfect. And then Brian Mycon, we gotta get Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, Hunter S. Thompson in there for Brian Mycon, and I think we got a great movie. And of course, we're a big part of The Big Short too, because I mean, markets move on what we say, so we got to be aware of that as we go on and create these shows. We have more power than any institution really should hold. Speaking of more power than any institution should hold, we've got Wall Street Bets continuing their shenanigans, talking about AMC, GME. We got the army of diamond hands over there continuing to push these meme stocks at least sideways, and that has been causing a lot of problems for some of the bigger investors. There's an article that came out today saying those short sellers are sitting on nearly $1 billion in losses. So can this continue? Can the diamond hands really continue to squeeze this squozen stock, or are they just trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip here? Matt, what do you think?
I don't think so, Tony. So, as an example, AMC closed at 14 yesterday, $14 a share. Last night, an article came out after the close about how much people are losing, being shorted, and how much short interest is increasing in the last few days. Short interest volume, whatever that means. I know what short interest is. Short interest volume is not as clear, but in the media, it becomes some mystical short interest. So people misconstrue it. And the stock was, even though it closed at 14, it was trading at like 15.70. Like 7, 8 o'clock at night before stocks closed for the after hours session. And it was trading a lot of volume, hundreds of thousands of shares. So it was real. Then what the company issued another secondary at 14.20, 17 million more shares this morning. So now the stock's back to 14. It's just like total shenanigans, craziness. The options are so pumped in AMC. For example, the stock's 14 right now. The 20 calls that expire this Friday are 33 cents. For you to make money on those calls, the stock would have to be over $20.33 by Friday, and the stock's 14. So what's that, like a 30, 40% jump in the stock? It's ridiculous. Next Friday's 25 straight calls are 70 cents. So the stock would have to go over basically $26 a share by next Friday for you to profit on those calls, and people just keep buying them. I keep selling them. So as long as the stock just doesn't double overnight, I mean, I'll be fine. But I mean, it's insanity to me. People are just gambling, and just paying the insurance prices out the wazoo for the upside.
Unreal. I mean, Wall Street Bets prides itself on being perma bulls. They don't do TA, they don't do anything. They're just all in on everything. Gay bears get no FDs, the whole 9 yards. So, Jeff, are you shorting against Wall Street Bets here, or are you going with the autistic crowd?
I wouldn't short it, but based on what Matt said, I might be interested in selling some puts on this, collecting some premium, and I wouldn't mind owning this thing at $9-10. I know it's been mentioned on the show a few times before, but this thing was trading in halfway through 2019 at $15. Obviously, we're in a different world now, but looking forward to a reopen. I don't think owning this at something like 10 would be crazy. So if I get put the stock, I'm not in bad shape, but maybe collect on some of that premium in the short term. I don't know, just an idea.
Well, GME going a little sideways too. I hope this doesn't end in tears. I get the feeling it will. But speaking of meme magic, there's another company out there vying to be contenders for this meme space, and it is Wingstop. Their social media has been on fire. This is another story out of Wall Street Bets. Wingstop's had whoever's running their social is really funny and really knows what they're doing. They had an 11% growth in Twitter followers and a 3% drop in stock price after denying that their special white sauce contains human ejaculate. So I guess my question is, had they admitted it had cum in it, would the stock have gone up 3%? I don't know, but I do like this is a strategy for getting Twitter followers, and I would like all of our Market Mania viewers out there to know there is no ejaculate in Market Mania either. So let's see those social media numbers go up, baby. I promise, at least not much. So here's my thoughts on this. I I think Wingstop's having a good time here, and I love this little exchange that they had. I don't know if that's too small here. Maybe I can make it larger. But, you know, having fun like this with your customers is something that has been pioneered by, like, Wendy's, and, you know, Jack Link's just did it. I guess I'm waiting for Wingstop now to come up with a big Dogecoin thing after this, after they've got this big boost in their social media. So, Jeff, ultimately, do you think this is a good thing to be engaging customers like this if it's good for social but bad for stock price?
I guess my thought would be, in the long term, what's good for social in this world is ultimately, unfortunately, going to be good for stock price. So that's the way that I would look at it. You know, in this Wall Street bets world that we live in, getting eyeballs, especially, you know, some on the kind of ridiculous end of the spectrum, I think might help out with stock price in the long run. So we'll see.
Well, Matt, how about you? You going to go to a Wingstop this weekend?
I don't think so. That is a pretty big turnoff for me. I couldn't imagine going to eat there right now and having that thought in my mind. So
They said they don't have it, Matt. They don't.
Yeah, even just the thought of the possibility is it's going to, in my opinion, going to keep people away. So I don't know.
I agree.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out how the nut quotient works out for Wingstop in the weeks to come. But that, sorry, no pun intended. That brings us, of course, to the not investment advice. Do your own research. Market Mania pick of the day.
Drop it like it's hot. Everybody stack. I'm stacking to the top.
All right, we got some winners today. Matt Glantz, what is your pick of the day?
All right, Raven Technologies, $46.50 a share. Shout out to Kem Carson. A lot of guys follow him on Twitter. He's great follow. Kind of gives you a guide on where the markets will be in the S&Ps mostly each day. But he actually had a stock pick yesterday. I got it at 41.70. It's now 46.50. It's up 10% over the night after they released earnings. It's a technology play. They're the kind of guys, agriculture. Basically, they help farmers grow their crops better and their livestock. So it's that kind of technology. They're also in the aerospace business and stuff. And Kem, who I trust as a good market directional picker and stock picker, says that this is a likely takeover candidate. Could be a lot higher. So 46.5. I'm in it.
All right. Agriculture and aerospace. All I can think is flying cows. That would be fun. All right, Jeff, what do you got for us?
Yeah, my pick of the day is QuickSwap. QuickSwap is the decentralized exchange on Matic network. Matic is I like to call it a quicker, cheaper, maybe less secure version of Ethereum. So the fees are a lot cheaper. This is a decentralized exchange like Uniswap, but on Matic. And Matic has seen tremendous growth in terms of users and funds on the network in the last couple of weeks. And I expect QuickSwap to follow suit.
Well, this is crazy. When we were first launching the show, I pulled this up. It was up 22%. By the time we're at the end of the show and I put it up on screen, we're up 30.04. This thing is really taking off. I am going to leave you folks, of course, with Wingstop. They don't have nut in their white sauce. I mean, come on. How can you say no to that? All right. Enough of this silliness. We are done for the day. I would like to remind you all, go to Mindac Gold, get your gold and silver, talk to Mindac Jack, mention Market Mania, get special pricing, and be ready for the apocalypse. Also, before the apocalypse comes, be sure to like, subscribe, comment on all of our content, share us everywhere, far and wide, tell your friends, let them know this is the place to come to get all them hot, steamy picks of the day. We got the good ones, everything you need. Just want to remind you all that there is kind of an old bit of wisdom that says if everybody's saying one thing about the market, the opposite's going to happen. And we've been saying a long time on this show that the market's going to crash, that hyperinflation's coming in, Bitcoin's going to the moon. All of that could not be true. So please do your own research. And the minute you start to see the majority say something's going to happen, think about going the opposite way. With that, I'd like to remind you that we are here tomorrow, assuming my computer doesn't start on fire. So we'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold, or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury. How would I turn it? Where I would turn it? Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine should've looked the other way. Couldn't clear space in my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now. How about tonight? My interview's tight now. I was